You know what a hero is? A guy that does his job every play, knowing the ordinary things better than anybody else.
Play as hard as you can for the guy next to you on the sideline.
A hero, sacrificing for the betterment of the team.
Bring your own energy. Keep coming at him.
Be what you can be. Don't be scared to be it.
Relentless effort wins out every time.
Be a hero today.
Who'll be the hero today? Our CBS doubleheader. The SEC moves from Nashville about 3 hours east to Knoxville. They've checkered Neyland. Once a year they do it. We've got it today, and everybody looks like they're in the right seats. The Home Depot SEC on CBS brings us to Neyland Stadium in a matchup of the Aggies of Texas A&M and the 19th ranked Volunteers of Tennessee. We take a look at the standings east and west. First in the East, Georgia survives in Nashville today to go to 4-0. Tennessee trying to keep pace with Kentucky and Florida. In the West, Alabama survived at home against Arkansas. They're unbeaten in the West. Texas A&M at 2-1 in a must-win situation today. Beautiful day, sellout crowd. Tennessee on a home winning streak that's reached 12 games. And they're looking for number 13 today as they set up the power tee. And here come the Volunteers. One of the great scenes in college football as the Volunteers at home get ready for the Aggies of Texas A&M. And welcome to Rocky Top, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler, my partner Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell down on the field. Well, I think the standings said it all, Gary.
Yeah.
It's a must-win for both teams.
And I think the loser is not going to have the season they wanted for 2023.
Well, you know, if you're a quarterback, I don't know if I'd want to be a quarterback in this game. You better bring your sack lunch because that's what these two teams do so well.
The story of these football teams right now is they're riding their defense, and part of that defense is the way they get after the quarterback. Texas A&M doing it as good as anybody in the country right now. 3 straight games, 7 sacks, and a loss to Alabama, 5 sacks. But you know, Tennessee is doing it just as well. They are attacking the quarterback, and from there, they go and hand it off to that offensive Josh Heupel.
Well, like I said, I don't know if I'd want to be a quarterback. You had to do it against the Purple People Eaters and the Steel Curtain. What's the key? I guess poise under pressure, right?
Yeah, let's start with Max. Max Johnson is the quarterback for A&M. He was the starter a year ago, got injured, and now this year with Connor Wegman being injured, he's the starter again. In this game, he showed his toughness a week ago. I think he needs to show his quickness, especially in decision-making against this Tennessee defense. For Tennessee, Joe Milton, we know he's got the big arm, but he has not been producing those explosive plays that Tennessee had a year ago under Hendon Hooker. Will it happen today? We will see.
I really like all 3 tailbacks for Tennessee, and they are the best rushing offense in the SEC. Got to be key today, wouldn't it?
All right, we start with pass defense and rush. Then we go to the quarterbacks, and then we say, I think the key to the game is going to be the running the ball. Tennessee is running the ball better than anybody in the country. Look at that right now. 231 yards a game, 7th best in the nation, but A&M stops the run. I think that's the matchup of the day.
You can't stress the importance of this game too much. With more on that, third member of our team is Jenny Dell.
Well, guys, you mentioned it. Both these teams playing for their divisional lives. Now, for Tennessee, the challenges, they stack high. First of all, they're without their star wide receiver in Brew McCoy, who's out for the rest of the season. But today also begins a tough midseason schedule. That includes Alabama, Kentucky, Missouri, and the #1 team in Georgia. Now, on the other sideline, Texas A&M is fresh off a loss to Alabama, but their biggest challenge may be this road environment. A&M has not won a true road game in almost 2 years. And guys, pre-kick, team personnel alerted me that the Aggies will be without DB Bryce Anderson in this game. He is out with an injury.
That's not going to help their secondary too much. A key player on their defense. A&M won the toss and deferred. Randy Bond will kick off, and Tennessee will let it go into the checkerboard end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. As we take a look at our lineups presented by Papa John's. And it all starts with the guy Gary just talked about, Joe Milton, out of Pahokee, Florida, by way of Michigan, and then Tennessee, and then behind Hendon Hooker, and then took over last year when Hooker got hurt in the last couple of games, including the bowl game. Now it's his team, and he's the man. Perfect day for football. Partly cloudy, 72 degrees. A cold front moving in later today, but we've got a nice one here this afternoon. Jalen Wright behind Joe Milton on the first snap from the 25-yard line. Milton, quick throw to the outside is high, incomplete. Intended for Squirrel White, who had a big game a week ago. Here's the rest of Tennessee's offense. And they're really happy when Cooper Mays came back last week. That solidified their line that's been kind of put together in pieces this year. Now they go on the ground and pick up 7 for Jalen Wright. It'll bring up third down and short.
So as you're watching already, we know a big part of the Josh Heupel attack is tempo offense. And when they're running the ball well, they keep that defense. A&M will not be able to substitute their package to rush on third down.
Volunteers average a play about every 21 seconds. And down the middle and a first down throw and a strike.
So the question was going to be, who was going to replace Brew McCoy? Chase Nimrod right there is the first one that's going to replace him.
We were a little bit behind him, so a nice adjustment to the ball to get the catch at the 42-yard line. And now firing outside on the screen, trying to get a block out there, and A&M played it beautifully. Squirrel White with the catch, but only a short gain. As we take a look at the A&M defense, Fidel Diggs, excellent game a week ago despite the loss to Alabama with a couple of sacks, part of that front 7 that is very impressive for Texas A&M. He just about got to him, Diggs, and now he's going deep. Throws it out there, incomplete. Tennessee looking for a flag. They don't get one as Ramel Keaton on the deep route.
So we'll see right now. Tennessee watched the Alabama game last week.
Yep.
A stutter and go early in the game is what got that pressure point to the outside. But it's changed so far to that cornerback spot. That left cornerback spot is not DeBerry, number 28. They're switching it up, A&M. DeBerry had a rough game last week.
He did. Jermaine Burton had a huge game for Alabama, courtesy of DeBerry. So third down and 8. Tennessee comes in 41% on their third down conversions. Play clock is winding down, and did they call a timeout?
Yes, they did.
So Milton will come with the fans still booing over what they thought was pass interference on the long ball to Keaton. And so we got a third down and 8 upcoming. Tennessee's only loss to Florida. So try to stay in the hunt in the East. A little handsy maybe. Stay in the know with CBS Sports HQ, a 24/7 free network that brings you the latest news, picks, scores, and highlights from all the sports you love. Watch CBS Sports HQ anywhere, anytime, all the time. And you can catch Gary with the HQ team when we're done here today. Third down defense, A&M a couple of weeks ago, they were tops in the country and only slipped to 6th. And here is a third down for Tennessee, 3rd and 8.
With the injury to Anderson, Josh DeBerry has moved into his spot on safety. Free play.
Free play for Milton. And he's going to run for it. And goes out of bounds short of the stick, but it's going to be an automatic first down. left end jumped. Matt Leffler's our referee.
Offside on the defense, number 0. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
I think it's still going to be third and short here a little bit with the 5 yards.
Walter Nolan is the guy that jumped.
Yeah, good job by Cooper Mays that time. He saw the movement and he snapped the ball. That's the veteran at center doing a good job there.
Yeah, you're right, Gary. Third down and short. Jalen Wright in the backfield.
Nothing.
And going backward.
Yeah, that's that rush defense. Nobody does it better. Tackles for a loss.
Shamar Turner that time.
Yep, that's their trademark. They've got about 4, 5, 6 of them that beat blocks, this time defeat up front and force a punt.
It's the 8th tackle for loss by Shamar Turner on the year, and it forces a punt. And that guy is dangerous. Anaya Smith waiting on the punt from Jackson Ross.
Yeah, direct. You heard the call, I think. At least I could, Peter. That means get out of the way.
And they did, and it goes out of bounds around the 21-yard line, somewhere in there. So they keep it out of the hands of Anaya Smith. They might not be able to keep it out of his hands all day long, as the Papa John starting lineup shows us Max Johnson at quarterback. There's his numbers on the year. 2 seasons at LSU. Now coming in when Connor Wigman went down to injury. Has played well at times. Last week, second half, not so good in the loss to Alabama. Le'Veon Moss behind him in a pistol set here from the 20-yard line. Low snap. Johnson handles it. Fires incomplete. Receiver goes down. The flag comes in.
He called it in the secondary.
That one's going to be on Tank McCullough. Got tangled up with number 42, Max Wright.
He might have got away with it had he not got his hands on him. Usually if you...
Pass interference. Defense, number 2. 15-yard penalty. First down.
If you trip up just feet to feet, they let it go. But when you put your hands on his back, they're going to make the call.
Jalen McCullough, the veteran back there in the Tennessee secondary. A super senior, so he's been around a while. And the automatic first down at the 35 for the Aggies. Johnson under center this time, and Tennessee might be a free play here for the Aggies. Looked like they jumped in the neutral zone. It won't go anywhere. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. And the penalty marker looks like it's on Tennessee.
Offside. Defense, number 44. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Elijah Herring jumped in the neutral zone. So a free 5 for the Aggies. Johnson, play action, rips it out, complete to the tight end, but just a 2-yard gain. It's going to be third down. Beasley made the tackle for Tennessee. And Aggies offense, Evan Stewart, their leading receiver, has one more catch than Anaya Smith. Second down and 3.
Communication on the road is so important. You got to talk to everybody to get the play called.
Tennessee thinking about bringing pressure. And Moss bounced outside. Got the first down and a bunch more. McCullough finally knocks him out of bounds.
Well, there is a welcome sight to the A&M offense. In losses to Alabama and Florida, their long rush of the day was 8 and 9 yards. They just were not able to run the ball in their 2 losses. They need to give some help to the quarterback and that offensive line.
And that one picked up 19 and a first down in Tennessee territory at the 39-yard line. Johnson going to go deep, sideline, got a man there, off Stewart's hands, incomplete. Nice play defensively back there by Tennessee, but Judy Lally.
I think Judy Lally, the ball went off his helmet, if I'm not mistaken. Got a good matchup out there, one-on-one. Good ball. I think it goes right off his helmet. Yes, it did.
That's using your noggin. You get it done any way you can.
Yep.
Might be ringing in his ears a little bit, but he broke up the play. 2nd down and 10. Anaya Smith moved into the slot in motion. Plenty of time, and now running out of time is Johnson, and he'll run with it. Inside the 35 on the scramble. Herring brought him down. Defense, Aaron Beasley's already had a couple of tackles today. He's one of the leaders. Was the leading tackler a year ago as well for the Volunteers.
How do they get the ball to Anaya Smith or Evan Stewart? 0 or number 1.
First big 3rd down of the day. Johnson, long ball, caught around the 5-yard line. Noah Thomas.
Going to have to take a look at this. The tackle may have pushed Thomas out of bounds. Noah Thomas did not get any plays a week ago. They got him back. Let's take a peek at it. Good throw.
If it's good, it's a pickup at 29.
Perfectly thrown ball. Looked to me, couldn't tell the side of it, but I think he came down inbound.
There we go. This will give us
Yep,
a look.
left foot.
Left foot,
in.
right foot down, but
Got it.
it's 1st and goal. Moss. Oh, might have been a face mask.
He didn't call it.
And his head shirt turned around on that carry, and he's asking for it right now.
And the defender that time turned around. I think it was Barron, number 9. It is.
That is a face mask.
Yeah, and Barron turned around and looked at the official to see if he got caught, and he did not.
I don't know how he missed that, but at any rate, no flag. Red zone has been a little bit of a trouble spot for the Aggies.
Yeah, and Jimbo would like 3 out of 4 touchdowns inside the red zone. They're just hovering a bit below above 50%.
Crownover in there as the fullback in an eye set. Johnson fakes the toss and finally runs it, trying to get to the pylon, and he got there. Touchdown.
What a play.
That was a long run for Max Johnson.
They wanted to do the tight end delay, which worked a week ago against Alabama. This time, stuffed up, not there, and Max Johnson does a great job of reaching out and touching that pylon.
Great job by the Aggie quarterback, and there's a great look. And here's another one from our AT&T 5G pylon cam as he's coming right at you and actually wiped you out.
7-play drive, 4 runs, 3 passes. The last one obviously was called a pass, but Max Johnson kept it.
Bond for the point after. Up and good. So the Aggies, who've had all kinds of trouble on the road, off to a great start on the road in Knoxville. 7-0. Tomorrow morning at 8 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Make all of your game day picks before the weekend NFL action starts as our crew talks headlines and highlights on that other pregame show. Tomorrow morning, 8 Eastern. First rushing touchdown since Max was wearing a different uniform with LSU. A 4-yard scamper, and it ended an 80-yard drive in 7 plays, a little over 4 minutes to take a 7-0 lead.
And as you mentioned, keeping with the modern college football, both of these quarterbacks, transfer quarterbacks.
Yeah, we were looking at the top 25 yesterday and all the big matchups today, and here we go. Transfer, transfer, transfer. Bond to kick. D. Williams, a good return man for Tennessee if he can get his hands on one. Going to let this one go, however. Now it's time to do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot.
There's a lot of great middle linebackers in this league, but no one is playing better than Endrin Cooper, the Texas A&M middle linebacker. Rushes the quarterback all over the field making tackles. He is a do-it-all middle linebacker and plays high intensity every snap.
Second in the conference in sacks behind Dallas Turner, who had a key one today in the fourth quarter against Arkansas that helped Alabama win their game, if you missed that one this afternoon. From the 25. Jalen Wright got about a yard, and Gary's Project Smarter guy makes the tackle. Jenny?
Well, guys, the east side of the stadium, the wind is swirling. This is the Aggie sideline. I'm looking at 15 to 20 miles per hour, but there's hardly any wind on the west side. It certainly could affect the play, guys. A wild difference from sideline to sideline.
Yeah, that's weird. They had the same thing happen in Nashville today, the Vandy game against Georgia. And I'm not a meteorologist, but I think there's a cold front moving in. At least the temperature is going to be colder tomorrow. I know that part.
I think it could have been a great one, though.
I think so.
Chosen that.
Yeah, the green screen behind me.
You could do that.
Fast plays doesn't take a lot of time to get things going. Although that doesn't relate to 21 seconds to really 70 plays a game, 38th in the country.
It works though somehow.
Yeah, it does. Third down at 5. Quick throw down the middle should be good enough for a first down.
I think he did.
Got it to Nimrod.
With the touchback, remember, all you have to do is touch the next 10-yard line, and they do. Perfect throw. It demanded a perfect throw, and Joe Milton made it. Just
outside the 35, first down for the Volunteers.
There's the opening.
And a big opener, and right with a hurdle. Woo. He got through it in a hurry, and he finished it with a bang.
Yeah, this is pin and pull right there, and exactly what Tennessee wants. They doubled the nose tackle, created the gash, and that's that spread running attack. And boy, Damani Richardson took, I think it was Richardson, it was Josh DeBerry. Might have been DeBerry, 28.
Yep. So that will bring us a timeout with just over 7 minutes to play first quarter. Josh DeBerry going in the tent. He got kind of double whammied on that play trying to make the tackle on Jalen Wright.
First we thought it might be his head.
Because that hit badly.
Then he lands very awkwardly on that left knee and ankle. They've already, obviously, Bryce Anderson is not playing. Jenny told you that. Josh DeBerry moved over into his spot. So they're going to get down to their third safety now in that middle slot position.
And you know that Josh Heupel is aware of that.
And that Squirrel White spot, the one who was targeted 9 times last week for 9 receptions, that'd be an area I'd be looking at if I was Tennessee.
Keep your eye on number 10, Squirrel White. As Gary said, very often, not very often, you go perfect 9 for 9. They threw it to him 9 times. He caught all 9 of them for over 100 yards. Milton was looking that way, but he doesn't have time to get it downfield, and he did get rid of it. But again, the pressure coming from that Aggie front.
And both of these quarterbacks today have to have that mental clock going. 1, 2, 3, look, get rid of that football. Sacks are what both of these teams live on. You can't let them start to smell blood.
Top 2 in the SEC in that department. On 2nd and 10, Wright cuts it outside, got the first down and more. Still going. Finally got Bulldog down at the 26-yard line by Tyreek Chappelle.
But remember, this team has only given up 80 yards rushing a game. But Tennessee has run the ball against everyone but Florida all year. And without Cooper Mays, they've got that solved.
23-yard pickup. This one's only good for a sliding yard. So the top rushing offense in Tennessee, DeBerry's back in. That's good news.
Yep. Just talking about Cooper Mays again. Didn't play the first 4 games. Felt that was a problem. Communication, everything about the offensive line. They feel with him back and with the complications of this A&M defense, they run 3 separate defenses. Cooper Mays, the veteran at center, has to be communicating.
It seems like there's been a Mays playing offensive line for Tennessee for 100 years. Well, his daddy was here, his brother was here, and now Cooper's one of the best around. Milton, quick play fake and throwing deep. Incomplete, broken up in the end zone. It was Nimrod, the intended receiver, and Deuce Harmon was with him.
So I felt that Joe Milton was a bit late on this throw. He had him. With that strong arm, he could have let it go. Right now, lets it go a half step late and then gives a chance to make up on the play by Deuce Harmon.
And second time the Aggies have had their hands on a Tennessee receiver, and the fans have reacted the same way both times. Neither time a penalty marker. 3rd down and 9. Dylan Sampson is checked in to the Tennessee backfield. And we got flags.
I think legal procedure by Tennessee.
False start. Offense, number 54. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So the hope was that the illegal procedure penalties would be on the road team for the offense.
That's right.
Has not materialized so far.
Mincy, the left tackle, with the false start. Under Josh Heupel, normally Tennessee is the quickest starting team around. They're going to have to pick up 14 yards to keep going here with 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
In the Heupel offense, they read the box. 5-man box means run.
There it comes. There it goes. And not quite a first down, about 2 yards shy. It'll be 4th and 2, and it's Dylan Sampson, one of those 3 tailbacks for Tennessee, and he's quick.
So Josh Heupel says, I like to run the ball. We threw it last year, obviously great, but we can run it if you dare us to.
And 4th down and 2, at least for now. Tennessee leaves their offense out there. And an empty backfield. 4 receivers in one side, and now they shift. Milton, will he run for it? Throws late and out of bounds and didn't get there.
Wow.
I think some indecision by Joe Milton.
Yeah,
Either should have tucked it or thrown it.
You're as a quarterback, coach, excuse me, as a coordinator calling this play, you're depending on your quarterback to make a smart decision. He was in between, didn't pull the trigger until it was too late, and a 4th down conversion did not happen.
DeBerry made the catch, no interception, out of bounds. Still Aggies ball on offense when we come back. Two more of those transfer quarterbacks Gary and I were talking about. We've got 2 here, they've got 2 there. Notre Dame and USC have a couple, and go on and on and on. Checkered kneeling. They do it once a year. Great look. You have to sit in the right spots, with the exception of a spattering of maroon from the folks in College Station. Smokey, relaxed so far. But Smokey's team down a touchdown. After taking over on downs, Aggies from their own 18-yard line. Le'Veon Moss,
nice
only
job.
a yard.
Inside. Max Johnson did exactly what the Texas A&M Aggies needs him to do. Throw the ball deep a few more times. He did it well there, and then when he has to run, show his athleticism, and by the way, his size. I mean, it's a big dude.
Yeah, he is. And he used all of it there to stretch out to hit the pylon. He's all by himself in the Texas A&M backfield right now on 2nd down and 9.
Coming off the edge. They do rush 5.
Johnson steps in. He is airing it long, too far for everybody. Incomplete, intended for Evan Stewart.
So I asked both coaches after watching last week with Alabama throwing the ball deep, similar to the triple option. I know I was reaching here. Do you have to run the deep ball like the triple option runs the dive plays?
Yeah.
Either one would bite on it. We go, we want to do it when it's there. But I think both teams have just said, we want to test these guys deep so far. They didn't want to tell me that.
I know Army and Navy would agree with you. 3rd down and 9. Crowd lighting it up here. Johnson, pressure, got nailed as he threw, and it should have been caught.
Absolutely.
Stewart had his hands on it.
Man, did he take a hit there.
Judy Lally, and yeah, he got folded in half.
He sure did. I mean, that A&M offensive line struggled in pass protection a week ago, and this time he took one right on the hip.
Ooh.
Double-barreled hit that time.
And on the other end, Stewart, his most reliable receiver, should have made the catch. Brings out the punting unit. Constantino, the flag down.
That's where you got to help out the quarterback.
Offense number 24. 5-yard penalty. It is 4th down.
So now D. Williams is sitting there thinking, this is a position where I can return a punt.
Right. And he has had some good ones this year, averaging almost 17 a return as you look behind him from the other end zone. Their kick and punt returner. And with Constantino now standing at his own goal line. Let's see how good a punt he gets away. Fair catch has to be called for, but great field position. Williams fields it around the 49-yard line. And that's where Joe Milton and company will take over on offense. Take you back to the last play when Johnson was nailed, as Gary said, a double barrel hit.
Yeah, he caught it from inside and outside, and I don't know if he fell on his wrist or not, but he took a couple of hard shots. James Pierce, 27, an elite passer. You see him holding that right wrist. If you're going to hold one for a lefty, that's a good one to hold.
But he did try to brace his fall, and that's where the wrist was hurt. And we'll see if he's going to be ready to come back out there or not, as his head coach having a word with him. Meanwhile, Tennessee takes over. And Milton on a quarterback draw. Got about 3. So far, first 2 possessions, a punt, and then Joe Milton not running and throwing late on the last one, turned it over on downs. But they're right back in Aggie land. Jabari Small, and the pile keeps pushing. And Jabari almost got a first down, very close to it.
I will say this, putting these types of yards in the running game in the first quarter, you know, they're going to run for 200 yards, and they've done in every game except one, the Florida game. They're right on target. 67 yards running already.
They average 231 a game. Milton going to just flip it and got it. No, in and out of the hands. Incomplete. It would have been a touchdown to Ramel Keaton.
And he did just flip it. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage as well as he lets it go. I don't know if it's roughing the passer.
I think he got hit.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Yeah, roughing the passer.
Contact above the shoulders, number 5 on the defense. That's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic, first down.
Shamar Turner can't do that.
Nope. And Ramel Keaton can't do that either, because just as Max Johnson took a hit, you'll take one of those hits to the head for a touchdown pass.
And Ramel Keaton, a guy they're kind of counting on with Brew McCoy out, and just let it get away.
And we've seen him make some big catches and fantastic catches in our career doing games.
Yep.
That was an easy
That was too easy. He was thinking about, what am I going to do dance-wise in the end zone? So it is a first down, though, with the penalty, and it moves it to the 27-yard line. Back to Small. Jabari cuts it outside, got the edge, and run out of bounds close to another first down. Damari Richardson ran him down, but not before he got 9 or so.
So it's pin and pull, and the left tackle over here, Campbell, makes the kick-out block on the play, and then the cut back on the run. Beautiful read.
And Jabari got just enough, I think. Only needed about a yard, a long one.
One more look at that effective run. Campbell pulls, defended at the point of attack, but a good runner. And these two guys, as you said, Small and Wright, veterans, understand how to pick those holes.
Now the fans are booing because we've got an Aggie defender down, and it's Albert Regis. So that slows down the Volunteer drive momentarily with 2:34 remaining first quarter. Yeah, the big fella, they helped him to the sideline, and he's going to need some more help to get to the injury tent.
It was one of his own players that spun into him and hit him as he's coming off the block. Watch him spin around right into his right leg. Yeah, that's a tough one.
The run by Tennessee was just short for Jabari Small of the first down. Third down and about 2 feet. He's got it this time and busted out the back end. And Small got it first and goal for the Volunteers.
So it's just so different to watch this Tennessee offense with a year ago Hendon Hooker. Remember the weapons he had with Jalen Hyatt, Brew McCoy. You know, I mean,
Cedric Tillman
was injured a bit, but they still had him for parts of the year. But they were able to attack all over the field. Right now, they're a running team first, and then they're throwing off it.
Yep. The perception of Josh Heupel in this offense is not really what it is. First and goal at the 7 is what it is. Milton flips it. Touchdown, Jacob Warren.
Coming across, everybody runs this play right now and slides the tight end out to the flat. Little play action pass, window dressing, give it to him. They might take a look at this to see if he crossed the pylon. Can't tell there, can you?
Boy, our 5G AT&T pylon cam in that corner is taking a beating so far in the first half.
You would assume he went over it.
I'd say so.
Yep. Called that way. Nothing there that you could notice.
Warren had a 6-yard touchdown catch against South Carolina 2 weeks ago. He's got another one today. Charles Campbell in for the point after. Up and good. So on a short field, 51 yards. They're going to fix that thing. In 6 plays, Joe Milton, his 10th touchdown pass of the year. We're even in Knoxville. Late first quarter, Tennessee and Texas A&M tied at 7. Turbeville to kick off for Volunteers. And this one's going to cost him a flag.
I think it skipped into the end zone.
Made it in.
Good hop.
So the Aggies offense will bring it out.
So
the 25 Max is okay, I guess.
He is, but the pressure is going to be on this A&M offense here as you watch this ball skip right through. Only 10 plays so far in the first quarter where Tennessee has run 22. A 3-and-out here would be damaging for that defense for A&M. They need a rest.
And that's why the time of possession differential for Tennessee really doesn't matter as they run plays so fast.
Plays.
Yep. Reuben Owens behind Max Johnson now in the Aggie backfield. They too have 3 tailbacks that are all capable. And Owens picks up 4 on his first carry of the day. Let's go down to Jenny.
Yeah, we saw Max Johnson grabbing at that right wrist when he came off the field, and we both saw Coach Fisher walking over and talking to him, but when the trainers came over to chat with him, he waved them off. So you see him out on the field, he's good to go, guys.
Still moving his fingers a little bit on that hand. He'll feel it worse when the game is over.
Or in about 45 years, like that.
For sure then. 2nd and 7. Owens got a nice block and got a first down.
Double tight end, run the ball, eat up some clock, put them together, pull out and run right. You got a defensive end trying to follow the receiver and they're running right at him at the same time.
Owens only had 4 yards on the ground last week against Alabama. Nobody really had much on the ground in that game, but a good run back to back there and a first down. Aggies from their own 38. Play fake. Johnson steps up, fires sideline. Nice throw and catch, and another first down. That's Evan Stewart.
All right, that's the way you need to mix it up. If you're a Bobby Petrino offense, keeping this Tennessee defense off balance. Run a couple, successful, come back with a first down throw and throw it to your go-to guys. A week ago, while Jermaine Burton, as you look at Bobby Petrino, Jermaine Burton got 12 targets. Evan Stewart, the go-to guy for Tennessee, only had 5 targets. They need to throw the ball to their playmakers.
They're going to have to wait till the second quarter to throw any more at anybody. Played one. SEC East against SEC West. 7-7 at the end of one. The Home Depot SEC on CBS, our doubleheader here from the state of Tennessee and heading in to the second quarter. 7-7 ball game here at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville. Aggies with the ball just shaded on the Tennessee side of midfield. Reuben Owens remains the Texas A&M tailback. Anaya Smith in motion. He has not touched it yet today. Max Johnson, no time. Down he goes. Tyler Barron with a sack.
Well, Demetrius Crownover that time, number 78, the right tackle. Just a bad pass block. He steps out and gets beat inside right away.
Big loss on the play all the way back to the 43-yard line. Max trying to shake that one off. Second down and 18. And the crowd will get louder by the play. Owens about a yard if he's lucky. Jenny moments ago with Jimbo Fisher.
Coach, how have you been able to shut out the noise and manage communication in the first quarter?
Focus and experience. You got to learn. When you're in this league, it's going to be loud everywhere you go. So we practice it in practice, and our guys are doing a good job right now.
What needs to be fixed?
I'm sorry?
What needs to be fixed?
Well, I mean, we got to keep playing. We got to answer up. This is going to be a back and forth. They're a good team. When they answer up, we got to keep drives going like we're doing right now, answer momentum. And then we got to get some communication on defense. We had a couple of missed assignments on some fits. We got to get sound out.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Let's see if they can keep their poise on third down at 17. Max Johnson running out of time again. Late throw, but he got it there.
Yeah, what a play.
Complete. It's Noah Thomas.
And you say it, this is a guy that a week ago was backing up throwing balls. 5-man rush for Tennessee. They're a good job passing off the pass rush that time. But he steps into the throw and delivers it. What a third down completion.
18 yards on a 3rd and 17.
And the offensive line, a big part of it. They handled the stunt and the 5-man rush.
So the drive does keep going, as Jimbo talked with Jenny about. And now he lasers one to Anaya Smith. And in the open field, he gets it inside the 20 to the 18.
Look how much more effective Max Johnson looked when he starts stepping into these throws. He's limping out there, by the way, folks. But he steps into the throw and delivers it right on target again. Nia Smith find the hole, read the zone, and then run after the catches. Ness told you he's the dangerous one after the catches the ball.
Pickup of 20 that time. But Max Johnson is trying to play through those last 2 hits he took after delivering the pass in the red zone for the Aggies.
That's that double tight end look to the right side that they effectively ran the ball. Does the running back know what the play is?
He had to ask at least for the snap count. He's going to take it, and he'll get a yard. That's about it. Aaron Beasley in on the tackle for Tennessee.
Well, we saw him step into these throws, and he knows he's going to get a hit. Kind of gets the twisted, kind of gets up, got that limp going, bends down. Well, he's adjusting.
Yes. Let's leave it at that.
He's adjusting.
You got hit where you got a hit where you don't want to get hit. Second down and 9. Johnson rolls one way, comes back the other, and that one blown up by the rush.
It
again.
is. Good defensive call that time from Tim Banks. He is an attacking defensive coordinator. You can depend on it coming off the edge. Kamal Haddon that time coming the corner, but save the day if you're the quarterback. No sack, give me 3rd and 8, 9 yards.
Right. So far, 2 out of 3 on their third downs, and it's another long one. 10th play of the drive coming up.
Basantis, number 71, is coming at right tackle for Crownover, number 78.
Smith in motion. Johnson stands and waits, and down goes Max Johnson, courtesy of his own offensive lineman.
So I'm going to tell you, this is not the worst place to get sacked right here, okay? Hold it as long as you can. You're going to kick a field goal if you don't make 3rd and long. Push comes in, hang, don't back up, hang. And I think it's Pasantis that gets knocked into his own quarterback.
That'll bring out Randy Bond.
I don't mind my quarterback hanging on 3rd down like that.
And Bond, this will be about a 41-yard field goal attempt to try to give the Aggies the lead back. And he does. Kicks perfect. Randy Bond, his 14th field goal of the year. Tops in FBS. And he's given his team the lead by 3. JJ, who went into the Houston, Texas Ring of Honor, I think the same week that Boomer Esiason went into the Bengals Ring of Honor.
Both deserved it. I'll tell you, played against Boomer in his days at Cincinnati. He was the hurry-up offense before they ran the hurry-up. Excellent at it.
There's a drive for the Aggies to get the field goal. 51 yards and 11 plays.
Yeah, and the 11 plays, very important. That gave that defense time to catch a breath.
And Tennessee will bring it out to the 25-yard line. Let's get an injury update from Jenny.
Yeah, we saw Aggies D lineman Albert Regis needing help into the injury tent in the first. We thought it was a right knee. The official word from team personnel, a lower leg injury and doubtful return, guys.
Yeah, it didn't look too good when he was stumbling over to the tent, so his day more than likely done. Last drive, 5 runs, just 1 pass, but it was a good one. 7-yard touchdown.
Well, he had one drop for a touchdown, too.
Oh, that's for
right.
sure. Ramel Keaton had one that slipped out of his hands. And keep it on the ground again. Short gain for Jabari Small. And Walter Nolan off the defensive front and on the stop. Again, Tennessee going quickly. That time they should have handed off. Firing down the middle, incomplete.
See, that's where I feel there's a little bit of a difference. I don't know, is there pass out interference on this call? Damani Richardson to see is the one that upends the receiver.
Pass interference on the defense, number 26. It's a 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's the guilty party.
Yes, he does. Richardson comes across. He takes on the receiver just as the ball is being thrown. Good job.
And there it is.
Yep. The throw looked bad, right? Something had to happen.
Right. I didn't think Joe could be that far off.
Right, exactly.
So first down by penalty. Total yardage relatively even. And Jabari Small, while they're holding on to his ankle, still picked up about 4.
Yeah, a still effective running game. And we watched the whole game against Alabama. They had no open holes the whole time. It was smash mouth right at the line of scrimmage.
This time off play action. Milton loads, goes long, incomplete. And another flag.
And I think Deuce Harmon that time grabbed him on the shoulder. Back judge saw it from a different angle. One referee's right there on the sideline, but watch him put his hand up there. Yep, grabs his left arm.
Number 11, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So back-to-back interference calls as Tennessee's getting some nice chunk of yardage by penalty.
Well, remember, this is a secondary that was basically abused by Jalen Milroe.
And Jermaine Burton.
Yes.
For most of it. First down at the 40. And movement on the line. Are they going to call that on defense or offense?
I think it's going to be on Walter Nolan, number 0.
Offside on the defense, number 0. And into the neutral zone, causing the offense to react. It's a 5-yard penalty. First down.
Right down here, watch the movement. He moves, then movement. That's a good call.
So first and 5 at the 35. Can do just about anything right here. Run, pass, whatever you choose to do. And they'll run it. Jabari Small for the first down, taken down at the 25.
Well, 3 penalties on the defense to move the ball down the field, but now there's going to be one on Tennessee. Holding at the line, a little grab, I think, by left tackle. I think John Campbell, was it?
Get the call from
Holding
referee.
offense number 34. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, first down.
So McCallum, the tight end, the H-back, is the guy that fits in there and does the hole. McCallum's going to come inside on kind of an ISO from the H-back spot, and he's the one that grabs.
McAllen Castles with the penalty negates a first down run by Jamari Small.
Didn't see much, you have to admit, right?
No, backs it up to the 43. 4 penalties on this drive already between the two of them. And now they empty the backfield. Throw out in the flat. Dylan Sampson. Dynamic sophomore. Maybe a little bit quicker than the other 2 tailbacks.
Now, I'm not sure if the A&M secondary is not used to people running the ball or getting into the secondary, but so far they're struggling tackling. You know, the running backs not only gaining 5, 6, 7 yards, they're gaining 10, 12, 17 yards on runs.
Game clock operator, please reset the game clock to 9:23, please. 9:23.
All right, 9 more seconds we get here in the first half. Knoxville. Thank you. You're welcome.
Very, very polite.
Yes.
Now they'll wind the clock and it'll get down to 9:14.
Maybe a little bit below that. Not much, though. Just a sugar huddle for the Vols, only a couple yards away from the line of scrimmage. Second down at 4. And Sampson, tough 2. It's going to be 3rd and 2. All 3 running backs for Tennessee productive. We talked about this in the open. Jalen Wright, the leading rusher. Jabari Smalls had a good game today. Dylan Sampson. Coaches say despite the fact he's the youngest one, he's one of the guys that's one of the leaders.
That was hard to believe, wasn't it? Calls up the team.
Did it after practice yesterday.
Edgerrin Cooper, holy cow.
Edgerrin Cooper probably called the team up too.
I think so. Anything he wants to say, people are going to listen. Wonder if this is a 4-down play. Will they go field goals? Cooper's going to come right around the backside. Yep, just beats the block up front.
They'll bring out the field goal unit. It's going to be a long one of about 51. Charles Campbell is long this year for Tennessee, is 42, but he transferred from Indiana. He had 5 field goals of 50+ there. This will be a 50+ for him in the orange and white. 51-yard attempt to try to even the game up. Kick on the way, pushed it to the right.
That's 2 missed opportunities for scores. Once early on the 4th down play, no points, and now a missed field goal.
Max Johnson says we still got the lead. Let's keep it that way. 10-7 Aggies. Midway point, second quarter by a Randy Bond field goal. A&M still up by 3. Quarterbacks not exactly tearing it up, but each has a touchdown pass to his credit today so far.
Yeah, both. Obviously, Milton could have had a bigger one. He ended up getting one. But I've been impressed so far with Max cleaning up his footwork throwing the ball. He was backing up on a lot of throws a week ago. One of my storylines was, could Tennessee make him back up as he throws the ball? So far, no. We'll show you.
Aggies from the 33-yard line. Low snap. Johnson handles it. And throws complete. Cross midfield, and it's Evan Stewart again.
Yeah, crossing route, plenty of time. Give that beleaguered offensive line from a week ago credit on this, because this is a transcontinental all the way from one side of the field to the other. You need about 3.5 seconds to throw that pass.
And a 21-yard pickup.
Also like the call again on first down. Good mix-up here so far by Bobby Petrino calling plays.
Johnson under center. Le'Veon Moss on a toss sweep. Trying to get to the edge.
Remember Max last week, Nessie throwing all those back off his back foot?
Yeah.
Watch him today. It's not just Tennessee's pass rush. They've had 2 sacks. It's coaching. All week, they probably told Max, step into your throws. And so far, he's accepting the tough coaching.
He's taken a couple of shots stepping in to the throws today. 2 sacks, been knocked down 5 times, about 3 times on the last drive alone, but hanging tough, shaking off a wrist injury, a shot to the midsection or below, and he's got him moving again, 2nd down and 6. A quick throw this time to his tight end, and he lost it out of bounds, but Max Wright will pick up yardage, be about 2 yards shy of the first.
Well, the last 3rd down and short, Edgerrin Cooper made the play. I thought if they would have gained yardage, I think Tennessee would have gone for it on 4th down. They lost yardage. Who's going to make the play for the Tennessee defense? Because right now, you're thinking 4-down territory. You're calling plays here.
They've got the I backfield in there with a fullback. The 2nd man through is going to be very close, but I think about a foot short.
Yep. Well, I know what the Philadelphia Eagles would do. Let's see what Texas A&M Aggies do.
Well, they got a quarterback that's about 6'5" and a half and about 230 pounds. And that's how much they need. 4th, less than 1.
It almost looks like they're conceding the quarterback sneak. Oh,
whoa!
Geez. What are you doing?
Stepped on their own quarterback. Apparently that's what happened. Johnson goes down. Ball goes over to Tennessee.
I mean, look at the bubble. That's sometimes a quarterback just take it. Tap the center on the behind and go. Look at their conceding the sneak. And then as he steps out, you're right, the offensive lineman gets pushed back into him. Might be a center, Bryce Foster. But, boy, that's a give back to Tennessee on an important drive.
Balls on offense when we come back. Sometimes the easiest things, Gary, just baffle me.
Bryce Foster goes real flat here trying to block, and I think he falls or steps on the quarterback's left foot with his left foot, and Bryson Eason, number 20, his attack, but it called for a quarterback sneak.
That's what I was trying to get at. That's what part that baffles me. You got a guy that
I wish
big, just
all of you could
snap.
see that, because as I'm talking, Ness was actually saying something but not saying it as I was going on too long.
5 minutes now remaining. Tennessee with the ball back. Milton under pressure, and down he goes. And it was McKinley Jackson, the captain of the defense.
Yeah, a nice spin move on the play. He spins away from the inside block by Ollie Lane, number 78. Comes in. What a play.
3rd sack of the year for McKinley. Tennessee going back to the ground game. Jalen Wright taking some people with him. Nice run by Wright.
So watch A&M think it's going to be a pass here, and they stunt right out of the running play. They're thinking pass, 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 get another sack, run right at it, gets the big play.
And now he gets the 1st down and comes out of the back end. Jalen Wright, he's still up, and he's inside the 40-yard line of Texas A&M.
Well, remember, this defense has been giving up 84 yards a game in the running attack. Look at what Tennessee's doing to them. They are running right at them, and they're over 20 yards already in this game?
They're right on their pace of 231 a game.
Absolutely.
1st down at the 38.
Boy, A&M's going to rue that short yardage play.
Boy,
giving the ball back to Tennessee with this time left.
And 2 timeouts remaining. 2. Right again, now cuts it to the outside.
Going to be holding on Ollie Lane, number 78, though, left guard. Really easy call this time. Injury to Andre Carrick, number 70, the starting, but watch him just wrap up and then wrap and pull down.
That was on Torian York, the middle
Holding
linebacker.
on the offense, number 78. That's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
Holly Lane played center, filled in for Cooper Mays the first 4 games of the year at center, and now he's filling in at left guard for starter Carrick, number 70.
Like we said, it's been pieced together, their offensive line. Josh Heupel told us yesterday, we're getting closer, but we're nowhere near we were at the beginning of the year when we had 5 guys. And last year, they were healthy on the offensive line for most of the season. A great season of 11-2.
You see Cooper Mays calling out the pass protection.
Quarterback draw for Milton. Joe found himself a little crease. Got some of the yardage back before Fidel Diggs brings him down.
Cooper Mays calls out the protections. Good snap. Good protect. Oh, nice job that time. Javante Spraggins, number 76, passes off one guy and grabs the other.
This time, Sampson trying to get away and can't.
Edgerrin Cooper is a football player.
He really is, isn't he?
He is a football player. He's just
so rangy.
He reminds me of those, Georgia had those middle line, N'Kobe Dean playing like he did. He's just full go every play.
Coming off an 11 tackle performance against Alabama last week, and he's been mixed up in just about every defensive play today. 3rd and 13. Not in field goal range right now. Let's see if they can get there, or if Joe Milton can even get out of the pocket. And he takes a big hit.
Ollie Lane's parents won't be happy about this call. I think it was him again.
Another flag, and
Holding offense, number 78. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
He's
Replay
getting
third
airtime,
down.
but not the kind he
the
wants.
kind you want. No. And Edgerrin Cooper is the guy that
Right
was
at the end
shaken
of
up.
the play, yes. In the top pocket, deep zone this time. Nothing happening so far, but at the end of the play, when the quarterback leaves, that's usually what happens. And again, on Torian York, number 21.
York, the freshman middle linebacker, going, well, get this guy off me, please. And if nothing else, Edgerin's going to get a breather over there.
Interesting call there. They took the penalty.
So they got another 3rd down here.
Yes, they do. Deep zone again. Playing a Tampa 2 type defense. Too deep with a deep middle linebacker.
Play clock was winding down. They're going to just run a draw play, and the ball is out, covered by Tennessee. Luckily,
all right,
it's 4th down and a mile.
Jimbo Fisher's decision. I mean, you're always making decisions as a coach. Sometimes they don't work. You get criticized for them. Last week he had a couple that didn't go his way. This time takes the penalty, puts him out of field goal range, and it turns out to be the right call.
And brings in the punting unit. Jackson Ross.
3 timeouts, though, and Jimbo is not taking a timeout.
Anaya Smith had a long punt return last week. Had an 82-yarder a couple of weeks ago, but this time he can only call the fair catch around the 11 with 45 seconds remaining.
Yeah, and that cost him about, they would have been over a minute here with 3 timeouts. He decided, like last week, not to do it.
Offense here today, 10-7. A&M with the ball with 45 seconds to go and all their timeouts. Now it's time for Reliable Connection presented by T-Mobile 5G home internet. Josh Heupel back in the day playing against Texas A&M in the '99 season for Oklahoma. He went on to become the runner-up to the Heisman Trophy. You and Brent did that game.
I was thinking it was either me or Brent or you and Greasy.
Well, I did about 5 of them, including the national championship.
We both were working that crew that year
were.
when Hype was doing all those games.
He said, I don't mind you showing the highlights as long as they're good ones.
Well, he had a lot of good ones.
Yeah, he had a lot of good ones. Right now his team is down a field goal, and Aggies are just going to kneel this one out.
Yep. With only 2 timeouts, the Tennessee cannot force A&M to punt the ball.
So both teams are going to be happy enough to go to the locker room. For the Geico halftime report, that's what they're going to be doing at the break with Adam, Rick, and BJ breaking down the first half, bringing you highlights of the other games.
It seems like both teams left points on the board.
Oh, no doubt.
I mean, it's just, moving out well. The Tennessee passing game has just not been there. It's so shocking. Everybody thought that after Hendon Hooker left, Joe Milton would just take right over, but it has not happened.
It wasn't that easy. So they'll head to the locker room. Aggies trying to snap a road losing streak that's covered 7 games against top 25 opponents, and they've got a 3-point lead over number 19 Tennessee right now. Tennessee trying to keep a streak of home wins alive that is 12 games right now, trying to get to 13 and trying to stay in the thick of things in the SEC East. And Josh Heupel's with Jenny right now.
Coach, you've been able to get to Max Johnson. How effective has your D-line been?
Yeah, been really good. Been good for most of the first half against the run game and applied pressure to him. Got to continue to do that here in the second half.
A few missed opportunities on points out there. How do you get this offense activated and avoid those mistakes?
Yeah, moving the football. Got to be more efficient in the red zone. We kick it, miss a 4th down opportunity. Got 2 drives that end up really getting stuck because of holding calls. We just got to be more efficient once we get in the red zone. Listen, let's go play for 60 minutes.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, we'll play for 30 minutes more, Josh, if that's okay with you. End of the first half with the score. Aggies on the road leading 10-7 over the Volunteers of Tennessee as we send you an Adam Zucker in our New York studio for the Geico halftime report. Zuck?
Yeah, Ness, we're thinking 90 more minutes.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS heads into our 3rd quarter of our 2nd game, a doubleheader in the state of Tennessee today. Georgia went over Vanderbilt in Nashville in our first game, and now Texas A&M trying to snap a road losing streak. And on the road here, leading number 19 Volunteers of Tennessee by a field goal. And the Aggies get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. And Texas A&M will have it at the 25-yard line. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell down on the sideline. I understand a couple hours ago we were talking about defense was going to dominate the game. They have. But some mental and physical mistakes, or we should have more points than this.
Absolutely. Mistakes in the scoring zone, as what was explained to Jenny at halftime by Josh Heupel, key for Tennessee. And I think unbalanced offenses. A&M has run for less than 40. Tennessee has passed for less than 40 yards. They need more balance. It seems like both teams are playing away from the weakness in their offensive lines.
So here we go, 3rd quarter. Aggies from the 25. Le'Veon Moss trying to get the ground game going for the A&M, and that's a good start. Pickup of about 8. Before Omari Thomas made the stop. This is what Gary was talking about, rushing yardage. They're right on schedule for what they normally rush, and A&M's not used to giving up that many. Max Johnson's been tough, been banged around a little bit, and penalty issues on both sides, each with 6. And at costly times. Not that there's ever a great time for a penalty. 2nd down and 3 here. And Le'Veon Moss says, what was that play call again? Okay, I'll take it. But he doesn't get anything.
There's going to be a penalty on this play. I wonder if someone was lined up off sides on this play for Tennessee.
Matt Leffler, our referee.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist, number 42. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 2nd down.
So that's on Max Wright, the tight end.
And the offensive line in that area between the tight end, you can only block below the waist if you go right at him. He was lined up at the H-back position and obviously went low when he couldn't. More of the same with these penalties.
Exactly. So now you're behind the sticks, 2nd down and 18.
Yeah, and you play right into the strength of both teams. The front fours, both teams kind of licking their chops here right now. And they get in these situations like this that they can rush the passer.
Here they come. Johnson trying to roll away from the heat, and incomplete. Intended for Evan Stewart as we check in with Jenny.
Coach Fisher told me we need to finish and take control. He said we can't hope to win, we need to play to win. He's pleased with what he's seen from Max Johnson, but he wants to get the running game going a little bit better. As far as Edgerrin Cooper goes, he went into the locker room a bit before half. Guys, he is still being evaluated.
All right, Jenny, keep us posted on him. He's maybe their best defensive player. And now the crowd at Neyland will let Max Johnson know it's 3rd down and 18. They're going to play it safe, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, I don't actually mind that call. So one thing you can do, back up into that end zone. Crowd knows that it's loudest when you're in the end zone area. Got the snap off, didn't get another penalty, punt the ball.
So Nick Constantino will punt. D. Williams would love to get his hands on one. I mentioned earlier, averaging almost 17 per punt return, but for the most part, they try to keep it out of his hands. The opposition does. They put some pressure on Constantino, and a fair catch called for right at midfield, and a flag down back at the 20-yard line. It's going to go against the Aggies.
Illegal formation on the offense, more than 4 in the backfield. That penalty will be enforced on the succeeding spot. Timeout.
So they're going to have great field position. The Volunteers offense trailing by a field goal, but they're going to be in Aggie land when they take the next snap. Let's take a look at our 4 game changers. The backfield for Tennessee.
Yeah, Josh Heupel told Jenny that we had opportunities missed, but the reason they had opportunities is because of the way they ran the ball in the first half. This has been their staple, running the ball, gaining against this very proud, good rush defense for A&M. This position on the field reminds you of their first touchdown drive, though. A 3 and out, and then they ended up scoring.
Milton throws complete. It'll be a 1st down to Chaz Nimrod. So a quick pickup of 11.
Started off the game, remember, with a couple deep throws. The Tennessee fans thought there was interference on him.
Maybe a tough couple for Jalen Wright. Shamar Turner dragging him down. You would think with the ground game really going that well that the play action's got to be there sometime.
Yeah, you bet. But right now, I think running at this A&M defense without Edgerrin Cooper is part of a game, too.
There's a quick slant in and out.
Not accurate throw. Wide open. Okay. Easy throw, easy pitch and catch. This is how this offense has to work. The quarterback has to make these plays. To win championships in this offense, you got to make that throw.
Way behind Keaton. And incomplete. And it brings up 3rd down and long.
Remember a week ago, A&M dared Jalen Milroe to beat him, and he did.
Yep. Well, right back to the ground. Jalen Wright broke 1 tackle. Not going to get away from number 2 and number 3, though. Run out of bounds by Jacoby Matthews. So 4th down. Their kicker missed earlier from 51 yards. And so they're apparently going to go on 4th down and 7.
This would be, what, 47-yarder if they kick from here?
Unless they're trying to draw him offside, but that's not going to help either.
I don't think so, because they wouldn't want to back up. They don't want to waste the timeout. They're going to go for it here.
They're going to have to hustle. 3 on the play clock, down to 2, just barely. Milton pressured, down he goes again. Fadil Diggs again. His 4th sack in the last 2 games.
Wow. Clock was going down, as Ness told you, but they were going for it. Pressure here, pressure behind it. Back to back, flash them, and then take them.
So a 4th down and 7 goes awry. And the Aggies take over on downs, courtesy of their sack attack. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by T-Mobile 5G Home Internet, Ford, Sonic, and by Amazon. Hearing a lot of Rocky Top, but not a lot of offense. That's another blown opportunity here. They had the ball in Aggie territory.
What he's talking about.
Let's test your knowledge with today's Aflac trivia question. Who's the only two-time unanimous All-American in Tennessee history? I'll give you a hint. If you were listening to Jenny not that long ago, you already know the answer. Meanwhile, the Aggies, this is their second possession now, the third quarter.
So if you didn't flip to the other games.
Exactly.
It, right?
That's what I'm trying to say. If you listen to Taste of Tradition, you know the answer. Blitz off the corner. Johnson dropped the ball and almost recouped that and got it out.
That's the fourth bad snap that has hit him in the feet. You can see him. Bryce, that's the fourth one of the game that has been at his feet. He looks up, tries to run, and he said, let me get rid of it. Boy, the mistakes being made in this game.
Yeah, it's sloppy. It looks like the first week of the season.
Absolutely. Two teams trying to stay in the hunt for the championship, try to save their season. Mistakes after mistakes.
Somebody better wake up in the next 25 minutes. Second down and 10. Run blitz. Moss got to the outside, didn't get the first down, but he got a good chunk. Be third down at about 2.
And here's where I think you got to think about Max Johnson getting him out on the edge. We saw him run early for a touchdown. On 3rd and short, they've been having trouble pushing this defensive line for Tennessee around. Do you use your quarterback here?
They're going to have him in the shotgun. 3rd down and 3. Johnson got a man wide open and it hit the turf. Incomplete, intended for Le'Veon Moss. He might still be running.
It felt a little bit like Le'Veon Moss was accelerating and Max Johnson wanted to throw it to him right now because he was hot and didn't put enough on him.
There's another missed opportunity.
Absolutely. Had the perfect play call. Petrino or Jimbo or whoever, but they had the perfect call on. You see Max saying, you were hot, I wanted to give it to you, you were running away from me.
So the execution comes up empty there and forces another punt.
Well, that wasn't very good, was it?
No. Still bobbling around the 34-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be 34, 35-yard line.
And he's a fifth-year senior who came in averaging about 43 yards a kick.
25, 30-yard punt, maybe.
Yeah, it's about what he's averaging today. A missed opportunity. Tennessee takes over again on offense. Let's see what they can do. CBS Friday is all fun and games with a new game, Raid the Cage. Want big prizes? The Cage is where it's at. Get in, get out. You may just get rich. Hosted by Damon Wayans Jr. with co-host Jeannie Mainu. It's Raid the Cage. It's Friday, 9, 8 Central here on CBS. So look in on the Tennessee River and Neyland Stadium, all checkered up, but a lot of missed opportunities.
Yeah, and we saw it at 4th down early. Pass up a chip shot. Josh Heupel guesses wrong. Then he goes, instead of 4th and short running it, he goes 51-yard field goal, misses. And now instead of a 47-yard field goal, he goes for it. Josh 0 for 3 in those decisions. Yeah. Not rolling the dice properly today.
3 minutes into the third quarter, still a 3-point game. Jabari Small back to the ground game for Tennessee. Got a yard. That's it. They've been alternating Jabari Small, Jalen Wright, Dylan Sampson, as they've done all year.
I really would like, I know people, Tennessee feels they waste plays, but I think getting the ball deep a couple times would open up this game for them as well.
Squirrel White has been quiet. He just made a move to the top of the screen. Milton thought about going that way and does complete.
Nice protection that time. They didn't want to go deep. They read it. They had plenty of time, and they went to the guy that Brad just said. 9 targets a week ago, 9 receptions, and this time he finds them.
And Squirrel picks up 17. Back to the run, back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Yeah, you could hear the reaction from the crowd. They did not like that call.
Last year, the Hendon Hooker offense with the Volunteers, with him at the controls.
Yeah, they had
highest scoring team in the country.
Pass plays all over the field.
Yep.
Not this year. They're last in the SEC in explosive pass plays.
Milton in trouble again. Not going to get back to the line of scrimmage again. Another sack.
And remember, it's not all Joe Milton. We saw him miss a couple throws, but as you look at the coverage on this play, it's a different offensive line. There's no NFL right tackle Darnell right there. 2 NFL receivers that are not playing right there. Different now. Broom McCoy is gone. Just a little different look for a quarterback who can't find his way so far.
Yep. 4 out of 9 on the third down conversions. 3rd and 11. Milton gets around the edge, directs traffic, and almost got it to White again.
Well, that time DJ Durkin went spy on Joe Milton, and it worked. You spy and you wait right here. Watch the spy player. He's waiting for Joe Milton to go one way or another. He goes and he flashes right at him, forces an early throw and an inaccurate pass.
And now just trying to, there's DJ, trying to win the field position game, if nothing else, right now here in the third quarter.
I still try to win something. They can't get it in the end zone.
See if Jackson Ross, the Aussie punter, can do it and bury him in their own territory. And he does. Inside the 1.
Remember, even if he steps on the line, it's the ball, not the foot.
And that's winning the field position game.
It was close. And if the ball breaks the plane, we won't be able to see it here. Forget the foot. It's where the ball is, and I think it's short. Can we get another look at it down the line? How about that?
Perfect. Can't do it any better than that.
Not any better.
Max Johnson is going to be taking the next snap in his own end zone, courtesy of Jackson Ross. Nice punt, kid. All Navy still waiting for something to happen here offensively, but right now Max Johnson's in a tough spot.
Yeah, and a little memory from a week ago. He knows he's got to get rid of it quick because it was a disaster last week with a safety.
Against Alabama. He's 0 for 3 throwing the football in this half, so they'll give it to Le'Veon Moss, who cartwheels over the line for maybe a yard if he's lucky. This is what Gary was talking about.
You don't forget
Alabama.
these, do you?
Yeah.
You don't forget these. In the end zone, holding it a bit long, inside rush. Tries to get rid of it, but grounding in the end zone is a safety.
And it's getting noisy behind him in that end zone. They will keep it on the ground, and almost a safety with a run play. Nice play by Bryson Eason on Moss.
Yeah, coming off the edge. Couldn't get outside because Tamarian McDonald was outside, forcing it in, and here we go. Now what do you call?
The first 2 didn't work.
How about a 3-step drop and throw it as far as you can?
I was going to say get it out in a hurry.
Yes.
3rd and 10.
You go long. Maybe the guy will fall down. Just loop it out there.
Try to find Anaya Smith maybe.
Delay a game, but no big deal. You might as well take your time here. It's a 3-inch penalty.
Offense, number 14, half the distance to the goal. 3rd down.
I think that was a good decision not to rush the snap there by Max Johnson.
Just gives the crowd one more snap. From the 1-foot line. Johnson had to get rid of it in a hurry. Incomplete. Intended for his brother. Broken up by Kamel Haddon.
Yeah, I don't like that call at all. Even if he caught it, obviously they wanted to get a little room for a punt. But taking a chance, I would have thrown the ball deep, but a tight end on a corner is not good.
And now Constantino's going to take the snap with his back foot almost out of the end zone, and his last two punts have been 29 and 24. And D. Williams is going, please just kick one to me.
He did.
Yes, he did. From the 39. Williams reverses field. D. Williams heading to the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee. D. Williams, 39 yards on the punt return for the score.
The touchdown for Tennessee started with a punt down to the 1 yard line and ended with a punt return.
Waited all day long for a chance for something other than a fair catch, and that was a pretty fair result.
Special teams come through.
Campbell's extra point is up and good. Finally, the crowd at Neyland has something to cheer. Their Volunteers in front by 4. There's the guy that just lit up the sellout crowd in Knoxville. Last season against Vandy, today when they desperately needed a spark against Texas A&M.
So everybody did their job. That was a team touchdown right there.
Serbyville set to kick it away. Volunteers playing in front for the first time today. Let's take you back to that last sequence. First, we told you if nothing else, maybe field position would help. And the punt by Jackson Ross, the special team help right there. That buried Texas A&M. Here's the third down call.
Yeah, then an bad matchup for A&M. Tight end on a cover corner. Tennessee's bet cover corner, and then the back end of it.
And then the punt that D. Williams says, I got this. All the way to the end zone. That's the team touchdown Gary's talking about. From special teams, defense, and then their return man. And now Max Johnson, who's 0 for 4 this half. This is their 4th possession already. Working from their 25 at least this time. Going to throw back over to the other tight end right. He's got a big gainer down the sideline.
Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was thinking at the end of the half. If they would have taken a timeout, just kind of throw a screen pass, try to get to the 45-yard line, a very safe play. Jimbo decided to take a knee, get out of the half, and I was looking for some safe play like this to try to put some pressure on Tennessee.
So Max Wright picks up 20 with the catch and run, and sets up now after being in motion on the left side at the 45-yard line. Look out.
Yep.
And he tried to just get rid of it.
Intentional grounding.
He just threw a pop fly over by the A&M sideline.
Yeah. Even if he was out of the tackle box, he will not get it past the line of scrimmage. 5th bad snap of the game.
That's loss of down. 2nd down.
And the loss of down that goes with it.
Yeah, either way, though, sack or intentional grounding, you're in the same spot. The only one that's not happened is Omari Thomas. He wanted a sack.
Yeah, exactly. Omari gets credit for the pressure, at least 10 penalties today, and we got a long ways to go. Reuben Owens again trying to hear his quarterback as Max Johnson drops, pressured again. Now he's going to throw late, and he got it to Owens. And Owens with a positive gain.
Yeah, good play by Max Johnson coming up in the pocket. He doesn't back up on the play. He goes forward, presses the line of scrimmage, knows where he's at, and makes a positive for a third down and makeable.
At the 50. Third down and 5.
Looks like man-to-man outside. They're coming after him.
And they do. Johnson hesitates, double clutches, throws anyway. Got it. Complete to Noah Thomas. I guess you can call it a back shoulder, but that's where Max Johnson ended up, on his back shoulder.
And I wonder if he's going to get roughing the quarterback, or is it coming back?
The passer, number 7
roughing
on the
passer.
Contact above the shoulders. That penalty enforced from the end of the play. It's first down.
Not a very good disguise by the Tennessee defense. Easy to read. Max knew it before the snap where he was going with the ball.
So 28 plus 15. Here's the catch on the other end by Thomas.
So this is where you have to be for A&M, a tough-minded football team. You know the crowds are going to be cheering. You just got to grit it out. Alabama did it a week ago against A&M when the crowd was going crazy. Had all those penalties. You just got to grit it out and make some plays. So far they have.
So basically a 43-yard pickup down to the 11-yard line. First and 10. They can get a first down inside the 1. Whoops. Somebody went the wrong way. Johnson has to eat it. Maybe on Moss. I don't know if he went the wrong way or Max went the wrong way.
Well, you remember almost on all those plays when he's been going check with me, Moss has had to go up to Max Johnson and say, which way are you going with it? Usually that means the quarterback has an odd or even call. He goes 66, that means the play goes right. 55, it goes less. Obviously, they were not on the same page.
Second and 14 now. Delayed blitz. Johnson throws complete. Tennessee's going to wrap up Moose Muhammad after his first catch of the day. But he did get it inside the 10-yard line.
Well, remember last time it was a giveaway third down blitz. They told the quarterback they were coming. What does Tim Banks, defensive coordinator for Tennessee, do now? He loves the blitz, but he just got burned.
Third down and 6. Off the corner, pressure, down goes Johnson, but he did get the ball away apparently, but it's fourth down. He's thrown more balls falling down in the last 2 weeks.
Just wonder if he was down before he threw it. Either way, it's going to be field goal for A&M.
James Pierce is a guy that came storming off the edge.
Absolutely. And then never, almost barely touched that time by Trey Zune.
That pass got actually closer to the intended receiver than I thought, too. Right to the pylon. And Evan Stewart looking for a penalty, doesn't get it. Randy Bond, 14 field goals on the day. This is just a 24-yarder to try to make it a one-point game. And it's up and good.
Well, that's a winning drive for A&M. Everything that's going on, had the punt return jammed down their throat, came back and put points on the board.
As you look in on Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, a little earlier we asked you the Aflac trivia question, which was who's the only two-time unanimous All-American in Tennessee history. We told you if you were listening, Jenny, you knew it was Eric Berry, back-to-back in 08 and 09, and Eric Berry day today. And Eric, not only part of the festivities in the stadium, but he led the ball walk earlier outside Neyland. Gotta love the smoky suit with the orange buttons.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's perfect.
The whole look. Was a bad man when he played.
He was, and an All-Pro many times, and a comeback player of the year in the NFL as well, other than a stellar career here at Tennessee. D. Williams, who took the punt return for a score. Going to get dragged down before he got to the 20-yard line here on the kick return. With 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter, we give you the Dr. Pepper SEC standings, and so important. Georgia goes to 4-0, still atop the heap. Tennessee trying to keep pace with just one loss if they can win this game at home. And on the other side of things in the West, Alabama had their hands full with Arkansas today, but they won, so they're perfect in the West. And Texas A&M trying to remain with just one loss. That's what this game means.
Have to feel for that Arkansas team. Their fourth loss this season by less than one score.
Yep.
One score or less.
Jermaine, it's going to be Sampson, 6, not 0. Let's check in with Jenny.
Well, yesterday after practice, Eric Berry visited with the team. Berry told me he wants to be the impact on this program that he felt when he was playing here. He said he loved the energy of this team. Berry actually met Coach Heupel for the first time yesterday. He said he's looking forward to picking his brain a bit after the game, guys.
And Aaron Beasley was one of the guys in our meeting yesterday.
Yep.
And he said, yeah, I went and talked to Eric after he gave his little talk. And we said, well, Jenny said, what do you think? He said, hey, man, it's Eric Berry.
I just wanted to shake his hand.
3rd down and 2. And they get it. Sampson to the 30.
Well, a lot of talking and communicating in that secondary for A&M. Remember, no Edgerrin Cooper in the football game. A little different.
Yes, no doubt. Their all-SEC linebacker went out earlier in the game, has not returned. Tennessee ready to keep it on the ground. They fake the end around to Squirrel White, and now Milton's going to load and fire just over the outstretched arms of Ramel Keaton, and that's been kind of the story today. Every time he throws to Keaton, it's either too far in front of him or behind him or something.
Or right in stride, and he dropped it.
Yeah, he dropped that one, yeah.
Yeah, it felt like, you know, it just feels to me that he doesn't have that second burst we're used to seeing when Hyatt was running those red. Boy, he looked like he was exploding to the football.
Maybe changing things up. Got to hurry.
Well,
they don't get it off unless there's a timeout, and they did take one.
Yep.
So trying to save a 2nd down and 10. Just a 30-second timeout for Coach Heupel. We'll be right back. New CBS Wednesday. Survivor is back with a new tribe and a 90-minute episode all season long. It's the biggest season ever of Survivor. Next Wednesday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. Who's going to be the survivor at Neyland Stadium today? 1-point game, 1:45 to go in the 3rd. Milton fires complete, and he got it out to his tight end.
A&M's going crazy because they feel the defender was picked on the play. See if we can see it right there. If he gets picked, runs right into the receiver on the play. A&M thought it was a pick.
McAllen Castles, his 8th catch of the year. Dylan Sampson on the ground, and the clock will wind its way under a minute. Actually, not with Tennessee's offense. It won't quite get to them.
You're right.
Play fake. Milton going to go deep again on the sideline. Should be an interference call or not.
I don't think so.
Looked like he grabbed his arm. He lost his helmet too.
And
that was Chaz Nimrod.
Yeah, and Joe Milton with the deep ball arm underthrew it just a bit. That ball could have been thrown another 10 yards, and you can see it. Harmon gets his hand on his right arm right there. Underthrown balls, it's hard. It's so difficult for those DBs. All of a sudden, the receiver's coming back to you, and you can feel the ball coming down, and you grab for anything you can find.
So now it's 3rd and 6.
I like the deep ball, though.
Or the slant, or the ricochet. Off the ricochet, and it's Castles again.
accurately ball this time. This ball was thrown well by Joe Milton on the slant. He missed one early. Good defensive play, pops it loose, and Castle's got it.
And a first down just outside the 40. Back to Jalen Wright. Wright, some room to run. Spinning his way inside the 20.
Jalen Wright is so crafty on how he finds that feel. Well, I think this is going to be holding downfield by the receiver this time. Kalen Webb, 84.
Holding on the offense, number 84. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. Replay first down.
Yeah, the fans won't like that. After they miss the pass interference call, they see the holding call.
Yep.
Remember how good. This is where they really miss Brew McCoy, the best blocking receiver on this football team.
Maybe the best in the SEC.
Absolutely, and Brew McCoy would eat that guy up. That was one of the worries in replacing McCoy. He's their best blocker on screens and when those running backs get in the secondary.
Brew dislocated and broken ankle, out for the year. Finally got back to the Tennessee complex this week after having surgery, and just the players said just having him around, he was such a leader that it helped the cause a little bit.
I know he's watching, and we are wishing him good luck.
Absolutely. We played 3. It's a 1-point game in Knoxville. Don't go away. The Home Depot SEC on CBS. We head into the fourth quarter at Tennessee, and the hometown Vols clinging to a 1-point lead and trying to extend a home winning streak to 13 games, and more importantly, stay in the hunt for the SEC title. They've got it at the Aggie 36-yard line. Joe Milton's going to take off with this one. He's got a lot of room to run. Big opening, and he throws his shoulder into the tackler inside the 20. And that'll fire the crowd up, and Joe Milton as well.
And that's the part of the offense that Josh Heupel would love to see Joe Milton do more of. That piece of running was Hendon Hooker style right there.
And a pickup of 19. Back to Jabari Small, stretching out. Number 2's trying to stretch out for about 2.
Watch the end of that play and Joe Milton is a big guy. We met him yesterday. He had 240 pounds.
And a solid 6'5", and he just ran over the DB at the end, and a little shoving, but no flags. Now from the 16-yard line, he looks right, goes to the end zone, intercepted in the end zone, and coming out with it's Josh DeBerry. That's a mistake Tennessee didn't need, but a big, big play by the Aggies defense.
Boy, this is a bad read by the quarterback, Joe Milton. The first guy you got to account for as a quarterback is the man in the middle of the field. Where is he? And then that gives you the decision of where to throw the ball. He never moves a step, and he throws it right to him.
And you saw Joe Milton going to the sideline, pumping his chest, pounding his chest, saying to his teammates, that's my fault, my fault, my fault. And it was.
And these two teams do not have a lot of turnovers. That is totally the 6th takeaway for this Texas A&M defense. 2 fumble recoveries and 4 interceptions. These two teams are 11th and 12th in takeaways in the SEC.
Milton got away with a couple interceptions 2 weeks ago against South Carolina, but now a costly one in the end zone here. And the return out to the 16-yard line. Le'Veon Moss on first down. Got about a yard, and that's it. Here's what I was talking about when Milton was headed to the sideline, and he's telling the guys, yep,
I know
that's on me.
It is, but it's an elementary mistake. It's a sophomore mistake, a freshman. This is a 6th-year quarterback making a mistake like that in the scoring zone. Tough mistake for the football team. The A&M defense has slowed down the running game for Tennessee and said, Joe Milton, can you beat us? Still to be determined.
Right. 2nd and 8. Max Johnson, pressure coming late. Down he goes inside the 5, and a flag. They're going to call maybe a horse collar here.
Yep. Very tough play for the defender. Max ducks just at the instant. He's going to get sacked.
Face mask on the defense, number 30. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first
Yeah, I think this Roman Harrison comes around the corner from the outside. He thinks he's got him, and a duck right there and grab onto something. Oops, the wrong something.
Well, I said horse collar because he had his left hand in the back of the pads, but it was his right hand that was the guilty party. Here's another look.
And watch him come, wrap around. Beautiful stud by Tennessee. Should have the sack, and then a mistake right at the end.
So new life for the A&M offense out to the 33-yard line, trailing by only a point. Johnson, here comes the heat again. He got away from the first wave. Throws late and incomplete, intended for Evan Stewart, and he finally got the flag he's been looking for.
And remember where that is, right on the A&M bench. You've got 50 players and coaches yelling to the referee, interference.
Pass interference on the defense. Number 1. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Gabe Judy Lally gets the penalty.
And remember the context of this play. Tennessee fans, well, that was obvious, but the Tennessee fans think there should have been 3 of them called the other way. So the context fixed in to the exasperation by this Tennessee crowd.
There's Edgerrin Cooper making his first appearance since being injured in the first half. Going out to see if his team can come from behind.
They don't believe A&M can run the ball. They are coming after Max Johnson.
And a little delayed draw, and this time they do get positive yardage with Moss, and he's out close to a first down.
I said in the 2 losses, an 8-yard long run against Florida, a 9-yard long run against Alabama. No break. No A-chain playing for this team.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
He's playing in Miami. 55 yards for Le'Veon Moss after that last carry. They go back to him. Broke 1 tackle, but not the second, but he got the first down. Invesco brings you today's Scholar Athletes. Randy Bond from Texas A&M and Gabe Judy Lally, who just had a penalty, but we still like him for Invesco. Is proud to support student athletes on and off the field with a donation to both Texas A&M and Tennessee's general scholarship funds.
And they find a way to get the ball to Anaya Smith. No, not now, because he's not out there.
He's barely touched it today.
I know.
Johnson loads and goes way over to the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Max Wright, I guess.
I think Max Johnson has done a better job, though, with that ferocious pass rush from Tennessee with his mental clock. You know, if it's not there, he's throwing it, tossing away.
Well, we told you Tennessee can run the ball well. 173 yards on the ground, but the passing game hasn't been there. And on the other hand, 176 passing yards for Johnson and the Aggies.
Anaya Smith back on the field. He's in the slot.
Right there. On 2nd and 10. Owens.
Good defense.
Drop for a loss by Pierce.
Omari Thomas, number 21, defensive tackle, gets up field, refuses to be cut off. Watch him come upfield. There it is. Turn it back in. A beautiful play by the defensive tackle.
3rd down and long. You want loud? Here it comes. And timeout taken by Texas A&M.
Takes its first timeout.
With 11 and change remaining in the 4th quarter, Jimbo takes a timeout. His team down 1 and a big 3rd down coming up.
To run up the middle, and hit right at the line of scrimmage. Puts his head down, dives for the pylon, touchdown.
Fires down the middle, the pass is going to be bobbled and dropped.
Reverses field, D. Williams heading to the goal line. Touchdown, Tennessee. Our IHG Hotels and Resorts game recap, just that close. Not a good day for Joe Milton. Max Johnson hanging in there right now. There's been too many penalties on both teams, but we're down to 11 minutes, and here we go.
I know what I would tell both teams if I was the head coach. If we can take care of ourselves, we can beat them. It's been a comedy of errors in the scoring zone on a 4th down. giving up points for both teams. Just stop the penalties, stop the turnover like they had again. You can win this football game.
Well, this is why you want a hometown crowd right now, because there's a 3rd down and 11 coming up with just over 11 to go. And Texas A&M took a timeout, and that gave everybody at Neyland Stadium a chance to catch their breath. And they're going to use it starting in about 15 seconds.
I just think if you're A&M, no big mistake. It's either there or we can punt the ball. Still plenty of time to put pressure back on the Tennessee offense.
Third and 11. Max Johnson, plenty of time, delivers a strike down the middle to Evan Stewart on a 1st down, Aggies. They got a penalty marker down in the secondary.
When the offensive line does their job, remember, if one guy busts, it's a breakdown by the offensive line. All 5 guys got to get their block. Not 4 out of 5, all 5. And look at that protection and a perfect throw.
Holding on the defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play is a 1st down.
The results down to the 37-yard line with a 1st down.
3rd and long for this offensive line against that pass rush. Considering a week ago they were under siege, that was a big play for the O-line.
There you get a look at them. They held their ground and gave Johnson time to deliver that shot. 1st down, the Tennessee 37. Whoa, another bad snap.
It's number 6.
Moss just dives forward for about 3.
I wonder if Max Johnson played shortstop when he was growing up, because he's had to handle 6 of these low snaps.
He'd be a left-handed shortstop,
Yeah,
I guess.
I guess so. All right, what else would he play? First base?
Maybe. 2nd down and 7. And Tennessee's defense come up with a big play like the Aggies did on the last drive. That throw complete out to Moose Muhammad again.
Every yard they gain now makes it an easier field goal attempt. From right here, if they don't gain another yard, as you watch the completion, it would be a 48-yarder.
And Randy Bond is capable of that. Another big 3rd down.
Will Tim Banks attack and try to push him out of field goal range?
Again, Johnson making sure his offensive line can hear him and hear his clap. Here they come. Johnson has to throw late. Got it to Stewart, but he's going to be dropped for a loss, and it's 4th down. James Pierce again applying the heat.
And the defensive coordinator said, we're coming with the rush. Man in motion goes. The DP doesn't follow him. He's going to blitz.
So that brings out Randy Bond, who I said is capable from here. This is going to be one that he's going to have to earn. It'll be a 50-yard field goal to try to regain the lead for the Aggies. Missed it to the left. Both teams have had opportunities that have sailed either right or left, and this one's left.
Perfect hold. Perfect snap. Missed the kick.
Tennessee takes over. They're clinging to a 1-point lead at home. They'll have the ball back when we come back. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, Taco Bell, Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, and by AT&T 5G. Don't forget, coming up before we're done, it's the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Tennessee on Rocky Top. It's been a little rocky on offense today.
Yeah, they don't have the running game they had in the second half. Only 47 yards, and 17 of those are the quarterback on the quarterback draw. Not as effective.
And now empty backfield, so, well, we're going to join him back there on a little bit of an option. Milton will keep it, tucks it under that big left arm, and again, he runs over a guy at the end of the play, and another nice run by number 7.
And again, that's part of this offense that I think you got to have. This is part of the Hendon Hooker offense that kept the defense off balance.
Pickup of 14. He got a 19-yarder on their last series before throwing the interception. And this one's going to be negative yardage as we check in with Jenny.
Well, towards the end of the third, Vols right tackle Gerald Mincy went out with a leg injury. He's doubtful to return. It's been Dane Davis in there for him, guys.
All right, and again, they continue to have to shuffle the line. Under 8 minutes. There's what the last 5 possessions have produced. Ooh. He would have gotten by Fidel Diggs, but that's a big if. That might have been a big gainer. There was nobody there except number 10 and help from his friends.
Look at right there. That would have been Edgerrin Cooper. That is a true freshman right now. Torian York, number 21, and is playing in this big game right now, replacing your best defensive football player.
And he's also calling the defense as a freshman, which is almost unheard of. Well, here's the biggest third down of the day for Tennessee.
Your decision. Going to let Joe throw on this one? I think you got to.
Got 3 receivers to his right, and Jalen Wright in the backfield with him. 3rd down and 9. Going to go out in the flat. Can he get to the sticks? He can. And it's Squirrel White who squirrels his way for a 1st down.
Major confusion by A&M. Watch right here. Does it make a difference having the wrong guy on the field calling the play? Remember, it's a true freshman, and A&M did not have the right body count out there to stop that play.
Back to the ground, and another 1st down. Jalen Wright again.
Push it coming around. The big guy, Jenny just told you, it was Dane Davis. By the way, he's 6'6", 330 pounds. Oh,
right, little hesitation, and then he takes off into the secondary. Actually, Diggs is the guy that dragged him down.
Watch this veteran running back be patient. Watch this. Hand it off, then he stops, and then he goes. Wonderful play.
And we got an A&M player down. It's Walter Nolan, and the chorus of boos from the fans thinking that it's stopping the offensive surge here by Tennessee.
And right now the Tennessee fans do not care that Walter Nolan played his high school football right here in Knoxville.
No, they don't. Not at all. 6 minutes left. All right, good one there. Here, a 1-point game with 6 minutes remaining, and they're still working on Walter Nolan.
Watch Nolan. He comes around late and then jumps over one of his players. Right there is where he is. Then he comes around, gets pulled, and then he jumps and lands. That's where it happened as he leaps.
Looks like they're working on his lower right leg.
One of those 5-star elite defensive tackles that play for this team.
Out of Powell, Tennessee.
You can see the concern from the A&M players. They're all looking over at that their injured teammate. Bringing the card out.
That's the worst thing we can see all the time is the cart coming out. Jimbo Fisher out there as well. The trainers for both A&M and Tennessee out to help out. And Fidel Diggs and his teammates, as Gary said, just going, oh boy.
Yeah.
Brother down.
And remember, they've already lost their best linebacker on the team, Edgerrin Cooper. Bryce Anderson, their star slot safety, did not play in the game. Earlier in the game, Albert Regis went out, and now Walter Nolan. One tremendous football player.
Yep. He's had a sack in every SEC game this year. Coming into this one, and obviously in a lot of pain, and we hope that he's going to be okay, but that's it for today, and maybe a lot longer.
I get the feeling he does not want to go out on the cart, does he?
I don't think so.
He's just going to sit up and ride. The emotions of an injury.
Oh,
Been
man.
through it. It's not just the pain either. It's the realization your season's over. Not being with your brothers, as you've said.
And the fans give him a round of applause now as he's heading to the locker room. We'll wish him the best.
Yeah, and the way the crowd was reacting, they weren't booing the injury. They thought, you know, he was slowing down the tempo of the offense. Yeah. Understandable. And that is a question right here. What do you do if you're Tennessee? You know, 6 minutes in the game, you like to go tempo. Do you slow it down and play a little clock here?
Well, the running game is picked back up again. They would love to use some more clock. And then if they do get a touchdown, do you go for 1 or 2? There's a lot of decisions yet to be made, but first things first. They've got a 1-point lead, under 6 minutes to go. They will keep it on the ground. And Jalen Wright down to about the 12.
Another penalty call. These teams right now, when they get into the scoring zone, can't get out of their own way.
Personal foul, face mask, offense, number 76. It's a 15-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
So it's a face mask on the offense, which you don't see very often. Spraggins is the guilty party. And as you see the official, the center judge, walk it off. That's the wrong direction.
Yeah,
right there.
Right there. Yep, he got him.
Got his left hand
just for a bit. He let go, but he got him for just a bit.
So 1st and 25.
You don't usually see a face mask on the offensive blocking.
Milton quarterback draw. And he got positive yardage. Got about 5 of it back. Still going to be 2nd down and long. Chris Russell made the tackle.
There's no doubt right now this A&M defense is saying if we can hold them to a field goal, we can win this football game.
And that one's negative yardage. Nice play by Torian York at middle linebacker.
So you have to earn the respect of the play caller. And right now that last interception by Joe Milton has spooked the play calling. They're in field goal range. They don't want a big mistake. Let's see how aggressive they are here on 3rd down. It'd be a 47-yarder for here.
And we've seen that didn't go well the last long field goal. They at least want some of this back. They'd love 23 yards. They'll keep it on the ground. Jalen Wright, he might get him that. Still going and back.
Well, he got
inside
him,
the 15.
Got him enough where it's going to be a chip shot field goal, though. This Jalen Wright can find he reminds me of Edwards, the running back at Georgia. He seems to be able to find space.
Well, Dejon had a big day for Georgia today, too. A career high for him. Jalen Wright weaving through traffic has set up what would be a 31-yard field goal by Charles Campbell. Campbell out of Jackson, Tennessee, about 300 miles west of here. Kick on the way, and he got it. Big kick by Campbell.
Big stop by A&M defense. You're right. Sets it all up. A&M will be basically going 4 down offense when they get the ball.
Next Saturday on CBS is another college football doubleheader coming your way, starting at noon Eastern with Air Force taking on Navy. Then at 3:30, the SEC on CBS features the latest edition of the 3rd Saturday in October. These very same Volunteers take to the road against Alabama. That's next Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. So here we go. 3:48 remaining. Texas A&M needs a touchdown. The hometown Vols have the lead, courtesy of that field goal. Turbyville to kick off. And A&M will set up shop at the 25-yard line. Oh, and 6 when they don't score fewer rather than 30 points. You know, right now they're sitting on 17.
You can break that trend with a stop. And right now, Max Johnson is trying to.
Eric Berry's going, I wish I could get out there and help.
He'd help, that's for sure.
Remember, Texas A&M used one of their timeouts earlier.
Right now, Max Johnson's going to try to pull off with Zach Calzada, the backup quarterback, drive his team down for a win 2 years ago against Alabama, but that was at home.
Yep. Johnson loads and fires long on first down, and nobody home back there. Incomplete.
Receiver stopped on the play, thought he was covered. Right here's the matchup. Watch Stewart stop on the play. He thinks he's covered. The ball keeps going.
I don't know if Tennessee's defense has completely taken Aniyah Smith out of the equation today.
That's impossible.
But he's barely touched anything.
Yeah, I watched the game last night where Colorado tried to take a receiver out of the game, and he caught second half passes for 290. Throw it to your playmakers.
Johnson.
Oh, a drop.
Drop screen. And that was Le'Veon Moss. And A&M's running out of downs here. 3rd and 10.
So obviously, if they don't pick up any yardage here, they're not going to go for it on 4th down. They'd have to punt, even though they only have 2 timeouts. Interesting if they gain 5 or 6 yards, what do they decide to do, right?
Crowd going to try to make it hard to decide what to do for Max Johnson. Again, Moss says, what's the count? He says, just watch me clap. I'm right next to you. 3rd and 10. Johnson has time. Throws. Intercepted. Picked up. Judy Ali. Aliel's got it all the way down to the 6, and that might wrap things up. The mistake the Tennessee defense was waiting for. An errant throw by Max Johnson.
A little bit of pressure in Max's face, and he overthrows his receiver. It was a gift to Gabe Judy. He's down here at the bottom. It's not who he's throwing the ball to. He's trying to throw it to the slot. Poor throw. It's like catching a punt. Watch the pressure. Feels it in his face. And just makes a poor throw.
First interception of the season for Judy Ali. And boy, was it a big one. Three years at Vanderbilt, 1 year at BYU, and now here in Knoxville, might be the hero of the game. Still 3:25 to go. And a mix up there on the snap count or something, and a flag.
False start on the offense, number 84. 5-yard penalty, first down.
It's funny, the Tennessee bench was going crazy that the play should have been stopped because the right tackle for A&M moved too soon, and then they went never mind halfway through the play.
Right.
So can A&M hold them to a field goal, keep it a game, get one stop, 2 timeouts, and get another chance.
Jabari Small in the backfield gets the carry, just shades inside the 10-yard line.
Remember, only 2 timeouts for A&M. They're going to hold it for one more play.
And the clock will wind down near 2.5 minutes as Jimbo Fisher looks up at that clock, doing the math in his head. Second down and goal.
Tennessee's going to run the ball. Force Jimbo to use his last 2 timeouts.
Oh, play action. Milton throws on the run. Knocked down at the goal line. Intended for Keaton.
Aggressive, but not effective. Good stop, good defense by A&M. Everybody's covered. Nowhere to go with it.
That was great defensive back play.
Sure
right
it was.
there.
And the short play, too. They wanted the tight end in the flat that time, but couldn't get Jacob Warren.
So now it's 3rd and goal. Do they go back to Jamari Small now?
Quarterback draw. What's on the table? Timeout's going to happen first.
And this one will be Josh Heupel's. They use their first time out with 2:41 to go.
The guy's a quarterback. You know he's dying to throw the ball.
No more callers, all new hang-ups. Fraser Crane returns to Boston in the new series. Fraser now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus. I might have said Tennessee has 2 timeouts remaining. They're down to 1.
Yeah, but A&M still has their timeouts, 2 of them.
Well, a little left arm around the backside.
Yeah, but
maybe.
he didn't turn him. I thought that was a good play. Just was laying it on there.
Josh Heupel talking things over with his quarterback on the sideline. News and notes. Stanford a stunner, double overtime over Colorado. Georgia's win streak goes to 24 with the victory up the road at Nashville today over Vanderbilt. Here, 3rd down and goal. And only to the 6 goes Jabari Small.
Now a timeout, force a field goal, still a ball game.
So the last one went through for Charles Campbell from 31 yards. This one will be a little bit shorter. Don't forget, still to come, Adam, Rick, and BJ give you their input on this one and bring you the day's best highlights on the U.S. Army postgame show.
After what we've seen around the country in the last few seconds of football games, stay for the finish, right?
Yes, exactly. Tennessee riding a 12-game home winning streak, their longest in a long time, and then one Texas A&M and their fans would certainly like to remedy is a 7 straight game losing streak. So here's Charles Campbell again. Hit the last one. This one from 24. And it's up and good. So the lead extended, but still a 1-possession game. There's a touchdown difference with 2:31 to go.
That was a proud stand by the A&M defense, but the Tennessee offense tried one pass, and I think that was the strategy. I'd have ran it every time, burned all the timeouts, but they wanted one shot at the end zone.
Tennessee's schedule. Jenny talked about it in the pregame. It's quite a gauntlet coming up starting today here at home, but then at Alabama, at Kentucky, at Missouri, Georgia here on November 18th. I'm not leaving out UConn. I'm just saying the SEC teams, and then their arch rival.
Yeah, and that Missouri team is at home. That's not a sleeper game. Just give it, be ready to go.
There's no gimmies in there.
Absolutely.
Well, the fans that have made the noise all day long are going to be happy in 2.5 minutes if their defense comes up with another play or a couple of stops. But A&M's got a lot to say about it with a timeout remaining. And, they're going to bring it out of the end zone. Aniyah Smith finally touched the football today. And he gets upended before he got to the 25-yard line.
One thing that has been dependable for Tennessee all day, pressuring the quarterback. They are coming at him from every different angle. They're rushing 4, 5, 6 guys. And it's been a long day and a strong day for Max Johnson. He has not run away from the rush, but this pass rush has been the saving grace for this Tennessee defense.
Say one thing about that guy, he's a tough sucker.
Sure is.
And no doubt the pressure will keep coming from the fans and the defense. First half from the 23. Johnson getting some heat late, got it across the middle to his brother, and it's going to be a first down.
Remember the new clock rules, it's not going to stop. It's going to keep running until it gets under 2 minutes.
So Jake Johnson with a catch and a first down at the 34. And now we are under 2 minutes. Johnson flushed out of the pocket, throws on the run, got it complete.
Now Chase Basantis going to get called. He dragged down, I think, Pierce, number 27. Pierce was beat him clean. Watch him drag him down. Right there with his left hand.
On the offense, number 71. That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay first down.
So take away the catch by Evan Stewart and back it up.
He gets beat. Right here, watch this. And then he drags him down as he's going by.
Boy,
beat inside, drag him down.
Pierce got in his track stance and he looked like
absolutely
just shot out of a cannon there on the way around. So now it's back to the 22-yard line, 1st and 20.
Well, now somebody's going to have to make a play, right? There's going to be a traffic throw. There's going to have to be one of those Brew McCoy catches for Texas A&M where he just went up and just made the play at the end of the game.
Shouldn't this ball be at the 24 or 5? 22 doesn't sound right. Oh, they just moved it. They moved it out to the 24.
Couple more yards up. Yep.
Now we got it. 1st and 20. Tennessee's almost lined up in the neutral zone here defensively. No flags. Johnson fires too high in the middle, incomplete.
I don't think A&M realized that the clock restarted on that, the play clock. After the penalty, they burned time looking around, trying to figure out a play right there. They don't have time to burn.
No, they don't. 1:29.
Once the ball was spotted, the official wound the clock.
Smith in a slot on the right side. Johnson another low snap. Handles it. Here comes the pressure. He throws short to his safety valve. And that's Moss. Moss in the middle of the field. Almost got a first down out of it.
That's one of those plays that somebody just makes a play outside of the offense to give your team a chance. Hurry up, A&M. Hurry up.
Pickup of 19, but not 20.
Got a timeout still.
3rd and 1. Clock winding down near a minute. Here's the handoff, and there's a first down.
Was there a face mask on that play?
Moss got the first down.
Clock will pause. Oh, yes, that's a second face mask miss.
Johnson. Far sideline, incomplete, intended for his brother Jake again.
Think about that as a big play. 15 yards and stop the clock. That would have got him to the 40-yard line if that is called.
Here's another look at that previous play, and
oh yeah,
that's fingers in the mask.
Yep.
By
remember that
Dominic Bailey.
Could have been 15 yards.
Right there.
Yep.
I don't know. The center official was staring right at it in our replay anyway. And the guy that was guilty of that is slow to get up. Dominic Bailey.
Both teams with double-digit penalties in this game. Tennessee 12 for 115 yards.
Wow.
A&M 11 for almost 198 yards.
So 44 seconds remaining in regulation. Second down and 10. A&M needs a touchdown. And if they get one, do they play to win on a 2-point conversion or play for overtime?
I think he will if he gets it.
From the 45. Max Johnson deep down the middle. Oh, what a play.
Nice throw and better coverage, I think. Tamarion McDonald, number 12, in the middle of the field. Tough coverage. There's a lot of space handling that slot. Watch him come out.
He had to lay out, and he's shaken up after that landing.
It would have been a good catch, but it was a perfect throw and could have been caught, but it would have been a tough catch.
And McDonald, though, he got up after laying out for that. Then he went back to a knee, and finally where he is right now. Hopefully just the wind knocked out of him on the landing, but play stopped with 40 seconds left.
He almost shielded Anaya Smith on that play, didn't he? Like Smith barely could see the ball.
Right.
The coverage cut underneath him, made a good play. So when are they going to throw the ball downfield maybe one time and let Evan Stewart jump up and try to catch it?
Here's the whole play. Anaya Smith was in the slot.
Yep, good defense.
And he'll go out to being shaken up. They could use him back there on a 3rd down and 10. A&M's got to get to the 45 of Tennessee for a first down to keep this possibility alive, trailing by a touchdown. Pierce coming strong. Johnson steps up, throws too high, almost picked off on the back end, and it's 4th down.
Johnson has to find out where Pierce is coming before he decides to throw the ball nearly on every snap.
And then down there, almost an interception by Walker. Here's your ball game. 4th and 10. To try to keep a win streak alive, snap one in the other direction, or at least get down to possibility of a touchdown for the Aggies. Johnson backpedals, now throws in the middle. It's intercepted again. That'll do it. Haddon with the interception, the second in the 4th quarter, thrown by Max Johnson. And Tennessee at home will survive. Two big plays by Tim Banks' defense here in the 4th quarter.
He brings 5 on this play. The 4-down lineman and the linebacker. Forces, you got to throw the ball on 4th down. Nothing to you. You got to try to force it in. Good coverage by Tennessee.
And Kamal Haddon, his 3rd interception of the year. None bigger than this one.
Not a pretty football game.
Nope, but it'll be beautiful for the Volunteers and their fans.
Sure will.
They're going to go to 5-1 and 2-1 in SEC play. As Joe Milton, who didn't have the greatest day, takes a knee. That's his favorite play right there of the day.
Tennessee's last loss, 2021. We were here against Georgia. The next time we come back here, Georgia will be coming back.
That's right. 3rd weekend of November, we'll be back.
And one more thing. Tennessee still controls their own destiny in the SEC East.
That's exactly right, because they've got that date with Georgia, and that could be the decider. We'll wait until we get a little deeper into next month to be sure. First things first, though, they got to go to Tuscaloosa next week. 20-13, the final score. Josh Heupels with Jenny Dell.
Coach, this team needed this win to stay alive in the SEC. How much fight did it take to secure this victory out there?
You saw a great amount of heart from these guys all day long. Man, what an awesome atmosphere. This was a special performance. I think our fans played a part in the game, and I know our damn defense did. This D-line wrecked shop all dang day.
Your fans definitely played a part in this game, and they brought it. This defense definitely brought it for 60 minutes. How were they difference makers out there?
They've just continued to grow from the time we've gotten here. Coach Banks, that defensive staff, the guys that have been here, Tyler Barron, that entire crew stepping up. They were relentless. They played with great physicality all day long. Disrupted the run game, made the quarterback uncomfortable all day long.
Congratulations, Coach. Tyler Barron, come on over here.
Maybe.
All right, Tyler. This defense and this team, the mantra this year has been belief and expectation. How did that come alive tonight against A&M?
You know, we just tried to do what we do, you know. We try not to focus on the opponent too much. We try to just, as a defense, just be a family and play hard for one another. And we liked how we ended out tonight, so we're glad we got the win.
I know you said you don't focus on the opponent, but next week you got Alabama coming up. What can you take from this victory and move forward in preparation for next week?
Just taking how hard we played today. I think as a defensive unit, you see all 11 has getting to the ball. So just carrying that over and building off of that, seeing how much better we can get and how much more we can improve.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that great defense of Tennessee. So the sack-happy Aggies and Volunteers both did their job today. Just enough, though, for Tennessee. Punt return was a big one.
Well, a year ago, if you'd have told me that Tennessee would be winning games in 2023 with 100 yards passing, I would have said, what's going on?
That's right. They did it today. Now it's time for the play of the game, presented by Jersey Mike's Subs. All three phases come into play. We talked about field position difference. Costantino finally had to kick from deep in his own end zone, and that set up D. Williams, who finally got his hands on one. And D took it 39 yards to the house for the Tennessee touchdown. Here's how my good friend Bob Kessling called it on Volunteer Radio.
Constantini back with his heels right on the boundary in the end zone. Gets the snap, gets it out of there. Tennessee's got a return on. D. Williams comes up at his own at the A&M 39-yard line. Makes a move, breaks a tackle, gets to the 25, gets to the 20. Can he outrun everybody? And he does! Tennessee touchdown. D. Williams, 39 yards. Caught the ball as Tennessee had the return on, made a move in the middle, cut to the outside, and then his speed took over. And D. Williams gives Tennessee its first lead of the day, 13-10 on the touchdown return.
And that lead was enough to hold up as they added another score, and they win it 20-13 the final. All important, we told you over 3 hours ago, all important 3.5 hours ago, I guess. The standings, Georgia still up there. Tennessee moves a little bit closer to the top. And don't forget, they've got a November date with Georgia right here in Knoxville. And for Texas A&M, a disappointment on the road again. They fall to 2-2. Alabama atop the heap at 4-0. That's going to do it for Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, Gene Steratore, our entire CBS crew. Brad Nessler saying so long from Knoxville. And our doubleheader here in Tennessee on CBS today. Final score, Tennessee 20, Texas A&M 13. We'll send you back to Zook and Company for the U.S. Army postgame show right after these messages. Smokey's having a good day. We'll see you in Tuscaloosa next week. Good night.